talk to you about ang Dapat Paniwalaan by Jose F. Lacaba. But before we start, I would like to introduce myself. I am Dana Janine Embera, your future educator. Now, let's start. What happens when art becomes a mirror to nations' fight for truth and justice? So today, we will explore ang Dapat Paniwalaan by Jose F. Lacaba, a powerful thought-provoking piece that was written during the martial law era. When truth was often obscured, the silence was enforced. Jose F. Lacaba is a prominent figure in Philippine literature and journalism, known for his bold stand on social justice and human rights. Especially during the time of martial law, his work often rooted in the struggle of ordinary Filipinos. Are key in understanding the social-political landscape of the other country during this era. Ang Dapat Paniwalaan was written during the martial law period under President Ferdinand Marcos. The poem emerged as a response to the suppression of freedom, censorship, and manipulations of truth. The social and political landscape was fraught with injustice, where the voices of the oppressed were silenced and manipulated for political gain. At the heart of ang Dapat Paniwalaan is the exploration of truth, deception, and the power of state in controlling what the public believes. The poem critiques the regime manipulations of narratives and calls for the people to question what they are told to believe.
I am Miriam R. Carrasco, and this is the continuation about ang Dapat Paniwalaan by Jose F. Lacaba. The core message of Lacaba sa Dapat Paniwalaan is a sharp critique of the prevailing lies of a time, urging Filipinos to seek truth despite the overwhelming pressure to conform with the false narratives. The poem is a clarion call for resistance to propaganda and manipulation. A powerful excerpt, ang Dapat Paniwalaan, ang mga tinura ng mga nasa itaas, illustrates this as it directly references the deceit perpetuated by those in power. It highlights the blind acceptance of official narratives and challenges the readers to question authority. The poem echoes the struggle for freedom of expression and the resistance against an oppressive government that controlled the narrative. It mirrors the tension between the truth seekers and those in power who sought to erase or distort reality.
I'm Cassandra Valerie Elisa. I am the next presenter about ang Dapat Paniwalaan by Jose F. Lacaba. Lacaba uses striking imagery to symbolize the harsh of reality of martial law. The recurring imagery of truth being hidden or twisted serves as a powerful symbol of the oppressive environment where freedom of speech and thought were censored. The veil of lies is another symbol that represents the government manipulation of the masses, suggesting a society where truth is obscured and distorted. The imagery in ang Dapat Paniwalaan reflect the constant battle between oppression and the longing of truth. It paints a vivid picture of the emotional and mental burden that Filipinos face under the Marcos regime, where everything was questioned, including the very notion of what was true. Not narrative in the traditional sense, the poem gives voice to the people, the masses, who are caught in the web of propaganda and lies. It portrays an intimate yet collective experience of living under martial law, urging Filipinos to find their voice amidst the suppression. The piece is not just a personal reflection, but also a protest against injustice of the time. Lacaba uses the collective we to show that this struggle for truth is a shared experience, not an isolated sentiment.
The poem is deeply connected to the historical and social realities of the martial law period, where freedom of speech was restricted and truth was manipulated by the ruling government. The piece is still relevant today as it speaks to the ongoing challenges of misinformation and the fight for transparency in governance. Modern Filipinos can learn from the poem's call to question the narrative presented by those in power, to seek truth and resist manipulation.
Hello everyone, I'm Apogee Kamindi. Ang Dapat Paniwalaan by Jose F. Lacaba is more than just a work of literature. It is a call to action. It highlights the importance of truth and the need to resist Lacaba's work, we're reminded that the fight for truth is timeless. Does this literary work still reflect the struggles of Filipino today? The answer is undoubtedly yes. As the struggle for a free, informed society remains a constant battle.
In a world where misinformation spread easily, how can we ensure that we are not victims of the same manipulation that Lacaba warned us about? So everyone, that will be all. Thank you.